Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Viakada, and this is your first time here. Welcome, and you should subscribe to this channel because this channel is a wholesome and lovely channel to be in. You don't want to miss out on all the good things, right? So yeah, subscribe. And on today we'll be talking about another episode of Candid Words, and today's video topic will be the pressures of being in your 20s. I'm in my 20s and I know how mind-blowing and how bittersweet the journey has been. It's been a beautiful mess. That is the word to call it. The brutal truth of your 20s didn't quite hit me hard until I left school, and I was like, wow, now I don't know what I'm doing in my life. I have no idea what I'm doing because it's just so crazy. And for most of us out there who are in our 20s, we are going through a lot, especially for women out there, because I'm talking more from my own point of view because I'm a woman in my 20s in Nigeria, so I can tell you how it's been a whirlwind being at this age. It's been beautiful and it's been ugly too. So yeah, the pressure of being in your 20s is something that no one prepared you for. Trust me, no matter how you think your parents have equipped you, no matter how your parents think they have equipped you or they have put an armor on you to get ready for the world that is adulthood and you being in your 20s, trust me, you would still be prepared for it because it's like a tsunami happening and you're stuck. For a woman, especially in Nigeria, talking from my own point of view, it can be a lot navigating your way through all these pressures. For one, marriage. I can remember when one of my lecturers I met when I was in my internship, I met me and he talked about how I'm not ready for marriage, I'm supposed to be, what's the plan, who is he, is anything, and I'm like, God, I still feel 10. I don't even know anything about marriage. Talk of finding the one. Then you feel that your mates are also getting married, some are even giving birth, and you're like, how did they do it? Because just yesterday I was 16 trying to leave school, my secondary school, to start preparing for my exam to get an admission into this university, and suddenly people are becoming mothers already. What? They're becoming wives. It's so mind-blowing. You're meeting all these various men who are telling you that yes, they are ready to settle down, and you're like, guy, I don't even know what I'm doing on earth here. I have no idea what I'm doing. You want me to settle down? Where? How? When do you want me to do that? And for some of us, it's been a struggle trying to tell the world that, see, you're not ready to settle down because you still have other things to figure out about yourself. And me putting myself in that box called marriage, in a new institution called marriage, is something that I'm not yet prepared for. I mean, coupled up with all the stories and messed up stories we hear all the time, though they are good ones, and trust me, want to shout be God way all the time, but it's a whole lot of pressure. Like, everybody should calm down. We're all gonna get there someday. Some of us might be there a little bit late. So why are they hurrying us up? Why? A sense of direction. Some of us really do not know where we're going to next. You come up on social media and then you see people who have had it all, figured that all together, they know what they're doing, they're going for their tech, some have changed careers, some are going forward, some have left the countries. It's a whole lot, especially when you sit down and you know that people are your age and you're wondering, how did they start? What did they do first? It's mind-blowing because you just like, then you sit down and realize that I really do not have a sense of direction now, because do I do this since this is what is giving the money? Do I do that? Do I do this? What's the plan? And you see that we're all pressured into believing that we should all be settled down, we should all build ourselves up before we get to 30s, we should all have this secured future. Securing a future isn't that easy. And the systems set up to build this kind of future is not so there. So it can be a little bit depressing trying to climb up this ladder of life and try to secure this future that everybody is trying to do. I don't know if someone can relate with me on this, because for one, people have it all figured out. Some are blessed that they were born with a silver spoon. I'm not really being ungrateful, but I'm just talking about me as a person and how someone can relate with me in terms of trying to figure out how to secure a future, how to have a sense of direction. Who give us this beautified version of how they got there, and you think it's easy, but it's not. And that's the crazy thing about life, is that people who are now in their 40s or 50s or 30s even, who have this programs or systems set out for themselves, they've secured their place and they are out there giving us advice. Hello, your examples aren't helping us at all, because we don't even know what we're going to do with them. Though it gives us some kind of hope that we'll get there someday, it's not been so easy being in the now. You have this feeling like you're losing out on something. In as much as we don't have a sense of direction, there is something that we have tried to hold on to, or we have tried to grip in this abstract world of securing the future. We have gripped onto something, and then when you've gripped onto the little that you have, and you find out that you're losing out on something else, you're losing out on something. Now is the wave of tech, and everybody is trying to get into the tech world, and I for one want to do that. Like, I'm trying to take lessons on UI and UX, even if that wasn't in my plan in the first place. But because this is what is going on, and we are all looking for a way to secure our future, we are going into it. We're even leaving the ones that we have gripped onto just to be able to secure the next one. It's crazy. And for those of us who have still managed to grip onto that one, and not even minding the pressures of what others are going into, in the terms of tech and whatnot, trading, whatever they call it now, and still we are still feeling like imposters. We're still having this big fear of losing, of what ifs. For example, like me, in as much as I want to be in this tech or whatever, I've actually gripped onto the world of content creating, because this is where I have found myself. This is something that I've loved to do for a long time, and I find myself doing it. I've held on to something, right? And now, in as much as this is going on, the tech and everything going on in my life, the pressures of doing whatever everybody's doing, I still find myself losing out on this content creation. I'm quite not getting it. I don't know if I'm doing something right. I'm having this constant fear of not being enough, this imposter syndrome drawing at my strings. It's crazy. And at some point you just feel yourself drained out. You're in this rabbit hole of consuming content. You're not consuming content for the entertainment value. You're consuming this content because you just want to feel bad about yourself. Yeah, it's a lot. Something about balance. I don't know if there are people out there who are finding it difficult to have this balance. I don't know if it's work-life balance or work-love balance or love-life balance. I don't know, but something about balance that just makes us still as if we are in this sleepy ride. And I don't know, it might be that our love lives aren't perfect, and you're struggling to find the one, someone you can build a future with. It's not forthcoming because a lot of mess outside, a lot of crazy fishes outside there. So I can understand, when you see people being in these beautiful relationships and you're like, oh God, I really want that for myself, but how do you guys find the perfect people? So another struggle is finding a balance between having this 9-to-5 job, still balancing it with your creative also, and then you come again and then you face the brutal truth of independency. It's been a lot. As you grow in your 20s, you realize that there are some things that you really need to do. You can't really rely on the people who you've relied on for so long, which are your parents or your guardians or whoever have been like a support from when you were little. It's always quite difficult to transit into this version of your independent self. It's always so difficult to do that, because half of the time you're really so tired. You're so tired all the time. Like, you still have this to do. You want to do this. You want to pay for your rent. You want to stay on your own. There are a lot of things going on in your 20s, and you're just. Sometimes I won't envy those that have found their life partners and they're in and they're struggling together, especially those like the women who've gotten married in their early age and they're just struggling, doing it together with their husband. I'm like, oh, good for you, girl, good for you. Then for some of us who haven't really we're just doing this on our own. It's a lot. Trust me, it's a lot. And you keep wondering to yourself, when are you going to make it? When are you going to do what you're supposed to do? I think it's really, really not as simple as ABC. There are a lot of complications in terms of building yourself up back when you thought you had that time. It's not always so easy, but it's never too late to start anything. That is all I can say to myself and to you. Even as much as you're in your late 20s or your early 20s, you can start something. It's always one step at a time. Trust me, there are sometimes you just lay your bed and you cry your eyes out because you do not know what the hell you're doing. If you're, especially for those who are also constantly working, you're working a 9 to 5 job and then the salary comes in and you figure that the salary isn't even up to what you want to do with it in life. How do you save? How do you invest? It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Trust me. And you're looking for ways to build yourself up so that you can apply for higher positions, to be able to earn more, to save more, to invest more. And then you realize that even that isn't so easy. Trust me. And there are people out there, graduates who are looking for a job, and I can understand the frustration about it. You're looking for a job, there are some things you want to do, but you don't even have the money, you don't even have the job to secure that future. Man, I don't really know. I don't know. I just feel like it's something that I need to talk about. And if you have something that you're struggling with, you could put it in the comment section below and we can talk about it. Just share our fears in life. Yeah. And that is all for today's video. I just wanted to share that, talk about the pressures of being in your 20s. I know it's a lot. There are a lot of things I know I would have talked about, but I just feel that it's something general. There's always this pressure in whatever you're doing. Even if not even relating to when you're 20s, I think there are even so much more that you're going to face in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, 70s, 60s. Trust me, there are a whole lot more. But I'm just talking about me in my 20s and the people who relate to me in my 20s. Or if you do relate with me in your 40s, 30s, it doesn't matter. We are all facing some kind of pressure, no matter the age or wherever you are. So yeah, if you feel like sharing any of this, please put it in the comment section below. And if you did enjoy this video, like this video by putting a thumbs up for me. And if you feel like joining the Viakada family, again, subscribe to this channel and click the bell to get notified each time I post a video, which is every Monday or every like. So yeah, you can watch this video here. It's quite interesting. You don't want to miss out on that. And I'll see you guys next Monday.